What's up guys, it's Matt here, back with another video on the channel. Finally, I am so sorry that it's taken me so long to post another video, an update like this, but I thought it's about time for a channel update, and of course Mario Kart World is here with the Nintendo Direct, and I'm really keen to react to that, so stay tuned for my reaction to the Nintendo Direct. But first of all, I just wanted to say thank you for all the support on the channel. I've had some really committed members through a really busy time of my life. I've been starting a new job, been on holiday. Of course it's daylight savings here as we go into, well, it's the end of daylight savings as we go into winter here in New Zealand, so it's very dark and cold, and so there's less time. It's Friday afternoon, we're about to go into a long weekend here, rather it's Thursday afternoon, about to go into a long weekend here in New Zealand, so I'm keen to bring this update to you guys and talk about a little bit about the future of the channel, the state of Mario Kart Tour, what I'm enjoying, what I'm loving, and what you should see on the channel going forward. Alright, so let's dive straight into it guys, and what I'm going to do first is just talk a little bit about where Mario Kart Tour is at. Wow, that's that game. So man, we have an amazing community over on Discord. I just want to shout out all our Discord members. I'm sure some of you guys are going to be watching this video, and I just want to say what an awesome community we have. This game has been in loot mode now for, I don't even know, is it 2 years? I mean, I've been playing Mario Kart Tour since my one of my kids was born. He is 4.5, turning 5, becoming a school kid next year. So to me, Mario Kart Tour is a game that I've played, is about to become a school kid. For those who've already played for 5 years, it's already off to school. So it's been a really amazing few years with the game, but things are not what they were. It's still a great game. What I love seeing in our community is there's still a lot of new players picking up the game for the first time, realizing how much play value it has, building out their accounts and all of that. But for a lot of the people in the Mario Kart Tour community, what we've found is that we've got very established accounts. All of our items at this point are level 8, quad capped, to cover ranked, essentially. And so where that leaves us is very much less excited about the game. Of course, there's a lack of new content coming in, which we know. I'm not going to beat a dead horse on that one, but yeah, it's much harder to get excited about the game, and unfortunately that's where I'm at with the game. Just want to talk straight with you guys today. Watched so Sammy D, if you're watching this, watched your videos on your reactions to Mario Kart World, and some of the disappointment and things going on there, and just wanted to shoot straight, like you inspired me to come on here and do this video. I'm like, yeah, it's time to kind of just come out and chat about these things. So I really wish I was more excited about Mario Kart Tour. Unfortunately though, it's just not the case. There's just, I find myself playing less and less every day, fitting in ranked on a Tuesday night before the reset on Wednesday feels like a bit of a grind at times, a bit of a fun sucker, and I'm not excited about it. So that's lame. I feel like I still need to buy on this train of playing every day, playing ranked every week, and also on top of that, I've been managing 2 different accounts, which has been really challenging. On iOS, you have to literally uninstall the app and reinstall it and set up your account and sign back in, and then they've added the system for a verification code. So it's actually like a 5-minute process just to switch accounts, which is quite painful. And so I've been doing that basically for 4 or 5 months now, so it's been quite a while doing that, and it's been a slog. So in terms of where I'm at now, I think I need to take a step back from the game. So there's a few things that I'm going to change about how I'm playing, and part of the reason behind this is what I just mentioned about the difficulties of switching the app, changing between accounts, but also what I've started to notice is some big app issues. I don't know if it's just in New Zealand or it's just my phone or what it is, but to be honest, right now Mario Kart Tour is actually becoming quite quite unplayable. It's hard to say. Constantly getting the game freezing. Finish a race and then it won't let me click the X. I'm getting then it will hang and then it will just get a connection error, communication error. Won't reconnect, all that kind of stuff. So even just doing ranked yesterday on the 2 accounts was just like, oh my gosh, I'm actually not having much fun with this. So there's some things that I'm going to do around playing the game, and I will talk to that in a minute. But before I do, I just want to also talk to where I'm at with my head with playing the game and where I'm at with life, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what that's going to look like with the YouTube channel as well. So I guess for me at the moment, my main priority, I'm a dad, and now I'm back to full-time work again as well, which is awesome. What that means is that Mario Kart Tour and games in general are taking a little bit more of a back seat for the rest of my life, which is what needs to happen. It's the right thing to do. I also have interesting personality. I love to get into hobbies and get really passionate about things. As you can see behind me, I'm a huge Lego fan. I've recently got into mountain biking, which is awesome. I just got a mountain bike for my birthday, which I shared over in Discord, and I'm very excited about that. If you want to talk about mountain biking, hit me up on Discord, and I do plan to actually change some of the things on Discord, some of the channels that are there, so that this can actually support some of the things I'm saying here. So in a nutshell, my hobbies and passions are moving away a little bit from Mario Kart Tour, and that's kind of hard to say. That's sad to say because I've had an amazing 3 years building this channel out and playing Mario Kart Tour and being very excited about it and having so much to talk about. But the reality is there's not that much to talk about. I'm not that excited to talk about anything. There's been videos on my to-do list for months now that I haven't done, which is super frustrating. I wish I'd have been able to give them to you. But the reality is the audience is also decreasing, less interested, move on to other things, as we knew was going to happen. I'm just very late to the party and actually acknowledging that and kind of doing something about it and thinking about what's next for me. So so that's so I've just got some notes over here to make sure I cover off everything I wanted to say. So I think probably the other thing just to talk about is the YouTube channel, which I mentioned there. The challenge with growing the channel has been, this is very much a content niche. Mario Kart Tour is a very specific game. You guys have been just such amazing supporters. We've managed to grow the channel. I think I had something like 400 subscribers that were just kind of organic from some previous videos I'd posted. And once I tried to take control of the channel and turn it into a bit of a content niche around Mario Kart Tour, it took years to get to where we are now, which is over 1,200 subscribers, and obviously a huge milestone in hitting 1,000 and hitting that monetization kind of goal, which was really awesome. But now where we're at is that there is very little growth. If I want to grow the channel, I have to move away from the Mario Kart Tour content niche if I wanted to grow up. And then the question becomes, do I actually want to create content on anything else? And then the question becomes, do I actually want to create content? Do I want to spend an exorbitant amount of time spending time making YouTube content? And the reality is I've kind of done a bit of soul searching around that. And I think for now, the answer is right now is no. I don't want to, go. I have done all sorts of research, and there's definitely some interesting things I'd love to talk about, whether that be Lego, whether that be other things I'm passionate about. But for now, I think what needs to happen is that content needs to go on a hiatus for the channel. Now, I will probably still live stream when I feel like it. But I don't know if that will be all the time, and it certainly won't be every week or every tour as I've been doing, which is really sad. I've enjoyed that Wednesday night, but there's other priorities in my life now, and I need to focus on those things, my family, friendships, other hobbies and things like that, and something I've been really enjoying is actually some other games. I've been playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with the kids, and they're absolutely loving it. I was going to show you Red Yoshi. We've got Mario here, but we've got a Red Yoshi plushie. My kid is obsessed to the point that I can't even find it. He's taken it away somewhere today. So the kids absolutely loving Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I'm playing a game called Crosscode, if you've played it or not. It's on Switch. It's on lots of platforms. Amazing game. Puzzle game, live combat, 16-bit kind of nostalgic kind of hit. I would love to be streaming that kind of stuff or playing that with you guys, but reality is right now I'm just I think content needs to take a back seat to my life, and if I wanted to bring it back and really go on this creative endeavor, then so be it. We'll do that in future. So there it is. So what does all of this mean for the channel? What will you see over the next wee while? Well, firstly, as I mentioned, content's going to go on a hiatus. These kind of videos like the one you're watching right now that aren't live streams won't be a thing for a while. I do, however, have a lot of interest in wanting to see Mario Kart World. However, I was hoping that the Switch 2, and I hate to be one of these guys, but I was hoping it was going to be more affordable. I was hoping that I was going to be able to buy one and at launch. Unfortunately, it's just not the case. Not because I don't have money, but because it's not a priority for me and my family to spend that money. I've got other things to spend that money on, and case in point is the mountain bike that I just bought, which is investing into my health, getting outside, friendships, all of that kind of stuff that's really important for life. And so just want to say, and I know Carlos, if you're watching, he's getting into his running and stuff like that, still doing the Mario Kart Tour streaming, but I really support that. I think it's a really good thing to do. So that's the first thing. The next thing is that I'm going to only be playing Mario Kart Tour casually going forward. So what that means is if you're a friend with me on the game, on either my free-to-play or my main account, I'm not going to be logging in and sending coins every day. In fact, my decision around my free-to-play account is to call it now a casual account and only log in when I feel like it. I won't be logging in every week. I won't be playing ranked every week. It's just too much, and that plus the app issues that I'm having, man, it's a slog. It can take hours just to sign in the account and set things up and grind ranked through the communication areas and finally get a score that's kind of worth it. And I just don't have those hours at the moment. It's not a priority. So I'll still be keeping my main Mario Kart Tour account on my phone, playing it every now and again, but I'm not going to be daily grinding coins. I'm not going to be trying to complete everything. At the end of the day, I've got tons of tickets. I've got tons of resources. I've unlocked everything. I've got over 1,000 rubies, so it is time to play casually. Secondly, which is part of that, I'm going to actually be dropping the gold pass, which is feels like a really big step. I know other people have already done it, but I'm going to do it, and I just wanted to say it out there. There's other things I want to spend my money on. I know it's a small amount of money, but I'm just not getting the value out of that $8-9 New Zealand a month anymore, and so I want that money back, and I don't need this many tickets and resources, rubies and things. Even if I play casually most days going forward, I will take probably 6 months to a year to even use all those rubies. I don't have anything to spend those tickets on, so that's where I'm at with that. I will be playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I'm really enjoying that. So that's cool. I'll keep doing that. Maybe I'll do a stream of that every so often. I still want to do some Mario Kart Tour streaming when I feel like it, but it will be kind of like a novel thing rather than a regular thing. So the kind of the thing, the weekly thing will go on hiatus. And really, then that leads me to the final point. Where does that leave me in terms of channel memberships and things like that? And I've really done some soul searching. You guys have been so supportive, and I'm speaking specifically to my paying members right now. I don't want to feel like I'm taking something away from you guys, but I just don't feel that it's the right thing to do to be charging people monthly memberships when I'm just not committing to regular content for the foreseeable future. So I'm going to turn off memberships. It's a big decision because, I know it's your guys' personal decision that you've wanted to support me, but it doesn't feel like the right thing to do anymore. What I will say is that the channels will still be monetized, and I'll still be part of the YouTube partnership program, I guess. I don't know if that's going to die if I turn off memberships, but we'll find out. So if you do want to donate when I do a live stream or if I do a video, then there'll be other ways to give. If you do want to give, of course, it's always an optional thing anyway, so there's no obligation. So I think we'll turn off memberships. It's just the model doesn't make sense for my channel for the foreseeable future, and we'll see if there's other ways that you want to support me as we go. So guys, that's pretty much it. I know you'll be feeling the feelings. I know it's sad. I think all the time about Studfit when he did his video, kind of ending content on the channel. Sammy when he announced that he's going to be finishing the grind. Of course, he's still doing content. There's tons of other streamers who haven't necessarily announced any kind of hiatus or stopping doing videos, but the content is slowed right down. What I'm really big on though is that the community is not going anywhere. Our Discord server is a Mario Kart Tour focused Discord server. However, there will be some tweaks going forward to make it more fit for other things. I want there to be some other gaming stuff I can share, other life stuff, things like that. I guess the membership area will remain, but maybe I'll archive it or something. It hasn't been extremely active, but the community is here to stay. That's something that I don't want to compromise. It's just such a special community, and so I will still be very active in Matt and Flow's Discord, Matt and Flow's HQ on Discord, which is our server. So stay tuned there or stay connected there, and you can stay in touch with me. What I would love your feedback on, guys, is any of things that I'm doing or saying. If you're feeling the same way, I'd love to understand where you're at and where your head's at. Of course, now we're going to go in and we're going to react to Mario Kart World. So please, apologies for a long video. It's going to be over 30 minutes because of what I've covered so far, and plus the reaction. But guys, let me know what you want to see from me. If you're, I've had some people say, I don't care what you make content on. I want to support you and stay connected to you. You make content on anything and I'll watch it. So, if you are on board with that, of course, stay subscribed. But, if you're going to leave after this video, I completely understand. There's only so many things that can fill your sub box on YouTube. But yeah, if you've got any feedback, if there's anything you want to stay connected on, if you'd love to see Lego videos or anything like that, it's hard. Like, YouTube is not designed to create a whole bunch of content, but my concept for my channel going forward, if you do see videos, would be things that Matt cares about, things that Matt loves. What do I love? And talk about the awesome fantasy books that I'm reading now. Talk about some amazing Lego sets that I've built or created, or things like that. Discovering mountain biking and what that means to me. Could be anything. Could be some of the other Switch games that I'm playing, and just kind of playthroughs and talking about what I love about the game. So if you're keen for that video, those kind of videos, let me know. If it's low effort-ish, then I will consider making some more content as we go forward. However, yeah, just the regular grind of creating content every week in, week out, needs to go on hiatus for the foreseeable future. So hope you guys understand and appreciate the message and where I'm coming from, straight from my heart. Anyway, enough of that. Let's go in and react to Mario Kart World. So I've watched a little bit. I did watch Sammy's stream, but like a lot of it did go over my head. I want to share my own thoughts and feelings towards this game. Of course, firstly, before we start, just want to talk two things about, around the price of the Switch and all of that. Look, I think right now it's easy for people to make noise and complain about things, but the reality, and rightly so, obviously you're wanting to buy it and then you can't afford it. It sucks. I'm in the same boat. I would love to buy a Switch 2. I can't afford it. I think the thing to remember is that these consoles and these games are not just for now. It's the potential of what it is in the future. If you think about what the Switch is when it came out and what it is now, it's a really established platform with great games on it. And that's what the Switch 2 is going to be. They'll probably bring out an OLED Switch 2. They'll probably patch the game and bring out all this extra content in the future. And so I think that they're doing the right thing. They're also really focused on kind of the young people, kids, and people new to the game. So think of it as this is the generation of Mario Kart. My kids are going to grow up with that kind of thing. So think like that, and I think we won't be as disappointed. I was reading a quote, which I'll just read, and then I will finally, I promise, get into this reaction. Where's that quote? Expectation has brought me disappointment, right? That's where some of us are at right now. Disappointment has brought me wisdom. Acceptance, gratitude, and appreciation have brought me joy and fulfillment. So I think that's going to be a journey. That's not something I can say, you should do this right now. I think that's something that right now we had an expectation. There's levels of disappointment for different reasons. But disappointment, find wisdom in that. Find acceptance, gratitude, and appreciation, and that's what will bring joy and fulfillment through this game. So it seems fairly philosophical to talk about Mario Kart in that way, but I think that's going to be the journey we go on over the next 5 years. And to be clear, I do really want to cover the game. I do plan to get a Switch 2. When that happens, you'll be sure to know about it, as there'll be a video posted here with my thoughts and everything else. There's no way I'm spending that kind of money without making a video on it. But guys, that's it. Let's jump in and react to this, and we'll go from there. Here we go. All right, Mario Kart World. Let's go. So I love the animations, the style of the carts. It's got a real amazing dynamic. I think the art style is really cool. I think that is the main thing they're doing here that will be different in the future. I'm blown away that they've created all these new courses.
Drivers, start
it's amazing.
your engines. Welcome to the Mario Kart World game, available exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system.
Right?
What kind of races await you?
Definitely next-gen material.
In Mario Kart World, you'll aim for first place in each Grand Prix. But why stop there? Across cities, plains,
the cow.
a desert,
so good.
And even
good
the ocean.
So we got
you
all
can
of these
drive
costumes like Daisy
everywhere
Swimwear
in
there,
this fully
different to the one in
interconnected
Tour.
world.
The map looks
Races
amazing.
are held on courses scattered throughout various regions
and then, of
that
course, we got
span
the
this world.
planes.
And you can freely drive between them.
So fascinating, being able
There's
to connect
a lot
in between.
Store, and we're only at the starting line. Let's introduce some of the courses that are waiting for you.
All right, so courses.
Here we go. Courses are found throughout the world.
I mean, they look
inspired
incredible,
by their
don't they?
surrounding region. Let's take a look at some of the new courses to explore. Ride the ridges and roads on Mario Brothers Circuit. And cruise the curves around the canyon. You can't miss it. See the sights and structures of Crown City. You can even soar in style down Main Street.
I mean, all the
Drift along the
details in these
rapid
cities
waterways
just
of Salty Speedway
absolutely blew me
and
away.
make a splash around the city's canals. Stay cool in the snowy trails of Starview Peak.
Pretty cool.
Just don't slip off while soaking up the scenery. Have a spirited showing at the ghostly movie theater Boo Cinema. It's a whole new kind of drive-in theater. And in addition to lots of new courses, there's Toad's Factory.
So good. Been looking forward to it for
Peach
years.
Beach.
I mean, this one will be cool too.
Wario Shipyard,
Wario Shipyard
and
looks
more.
quite different.
Nostalgic courses from past titles are also here, but now they're reimagined and spread throughout the world.
All right, so let's pause there. So this is a big thing with Mario Kart Tour players. The reimagined courses, it's interesting. I think that, I think for the purists, we're kind of like, why? But at the end of the day, I think this is a world where Mario Kart Tour already exists and will continue to exist, hopefully. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with the Booster Course Pass already exists and will continue to exist. They need to do something different, and this is how they've done it. There's only so many ideas they can come up with, or have had time to come up with, or what have you. And so the decision to remake courses is interesting, but I think because it's so similar to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they've had to differentiate somehow, and this is how they've done it. It's not what we wanted, guys. It's, again, that's that disappointment piece because of the expectation. But, I mean, you got to kind of question what exactly were we expecting that would be exactly the same. So there's some thoughts there from me so far. Let's keep
Races
going.
can happen during the day or at night.
So that's cool. It'll be cool to see the dynamics of days and nights. All right, characters
Race
now.
as familiar characters like Mario, Luigi,
Got him in his outfit there. Peach Vacation, so
Bowser.
good to see her.
and Yoshi.
We love Yoshi.
Plus new drivers like Goomba, Spike,
Spike's cool.
and
It's good having him.
that's right, Cow.
Apparently,
Even
Cal's
more
really
new
heavy
racers
to
are
drive.
waiting and ready to roll.
Okay, so pause there. You can see all the different outfits. I mean, it's really cool. Like, honestly, like, you know, let's get off our high horse for a second. You know what? My kids are going to absolutely love this game. They're going to be obsessed with it, obsessed with all the, you know, the outfits and things. So I think this is going to be the revolutionary thing. It's aimed at younger kids, and I think that's intentional. You know, they want these kids to grow up with this new exciting thing where it's all about the characters, all about the uniforms. So this is the thing they've taken away from Mario Kart Tour. People loved the costumes. Tons of courses, tons of awesome stuff, cities, all of that, the Tour kind of vibe. It's kind of, in a way, they've created what Tour is. What they haven't created and what they haven't captured is the RPG element, the reward systems, the mechanics, the ranked, all of that stuff that keeps you daily playing. They have not nailed that at all, which is sad. But I mean, those are mobile mechanics that they've, you know, obviously in their viewpoint, which is why they haven't implemented it. So it's sad that they haven't done that, but you know, they have done what they think is the stuff that people have loved from Tour. So that's where I think they've come from. Let's carry on.
Select your character.
I mean, the animations look cool.
Then
you know,
you're
the
off to
vehicles
the races.
look awesome.
Characters and
you know,
vehicles
it's
each
such
have
an
different
upgrade.
stats, so make sure to find the
How many
combo
cool-
that best suits you.
I mean, how many cool vehicles?
There are
The
two main
visuals are just
styles of race
insane.
revving up in this world: Grand Prix and Knockout Tour. In both modes, up to 24 drivers can participate, the
So this is
most in
cool.
series history.
This is going to be
Your
amazing.
rivals aren't the only hazards you'll need to avoid on the road. Look out for cars that shoot bullet bills, attacks from Hammer Brothers, and other obstacles along the way. Try to steer clear. And now, get ready for Grand
Look
Prix
at those
with Mushroom Cup.
Look at those cup,
Flower cup.
badge things. They just look incredible. Those super bright, vibrant colors. I just think like the whole visual design of the game is so much better.
Star Cup, and more. Grand Prix races are held all around the game's world.
And even like, you know, even this design to me, it really, and the map, it really is an ode to Tour for me.
You'll race through 4 different courses in each cup and aim for the top spot. In Mushroom Cup, you'll start off racing around Mario Brothers Circuit, while the second race will take you from Mario Brothers Circuit to Crown City. For the first time, you'll need to drive yourself to the next course in Grand Prix. So don't sleep at the wheel.
So this is cool. I think people are, you know, not stoked that it's kind of like, you know, it doesn't have much point from people's reactions, but I think it's cool. You know, it makes it so much more of an immersive game to drive between places and, you know, meet your friends in different places. It talks about that later on. We'll keep going.
And if you conquer all Grand Prix Cups, rumor has it that a certain colorful course will appear.
So there's Rainbow Road. That's cool.
Next up is a new mode, Knockout Tour. From Golden Rally to Ice Rally and more. These extended races take you from one end of the world to the other. Get ready for a sprint. But you've got to place if you want to stay in the race. Speed towards checkpoints throughout the world. If you don't make the cut, you're out of the running. Buckle up. The competition gets more intense as you close in on the checkpoints.
It's cool, you know. I
You've got
wouldn't play
to
this mode
try
with my
to
kids,
survive
but
in Knockout Tour. So keep
They would
your
just get
eyes on the
upset,
prize and aim for first place.
I mean, they're trying to make it more interesting and keep people playing in the game longer. Though it makes me kind of wonder, you know, if they'd done more like a story mode or
Items
something
can
like that.
drastically change the outcome of a
cool.
race.
So we got
Here
some new
are
items.
some new items that'll help you out. Coin shell. When you throw a coin shell, coins will appear. Now's your chance to grab them. Just don't let your rivals cash in first.
So
Ice
it looks
flower.
like the speed boost
With the ice
that's
flower,
going to be great.
you can
for
freeze
speed
out
boost.
rivals and send them spinning.
Might be quite meta.
Hammer.
Given that
Aim
coin.
the hammer in an arc, and nailed it. Hammers also stay on the course for a short
that
time
hammer
and can
is
be
so
used
good.
to block
It's so
off
different.
rivals.
They'll be super powerful.
With the Mega Mushroom, go big. So
I
your
love Mega
rivals will
Mushroom.
go
I
home.
really miss that in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Feather.
It'd be great to have it there.
Use the feather to jump up and avoid attacks.
I mean, this looks like it has a real clear use case, which
You
is
may
great.
even discover some unexpected routes.
And that's really cool. Yeah. Kind of makes me wonder if there's other ways to
With
do it.
Comics magic, your rivals will transform. What other mysterious effects will happen? You'll have to see for yourself.
Is that an
The
advantage?
lower your
That's a bit
placement,
confusing.
the more likely you are to find items that'll turn the tables. So when you get items, go for it.
So that hasn't changed. At least they're outlining what's not changing, right? So we're clear on what's the
And if
same.
you're new to the Mario Kart series, there are added support features to help you along the way.
My kids are gonna love the dance moves, like, honestly.
These include
This is cool. Like, this stuff is great for
smart
kids, you know?
steering, which helps you
Like-
stay on the course.
This is so good, you know?
Tilt
I will
controls,
definitely use
where
some
you
of
can
these
hold the
features for the
Joy-Con
kids.
2 controller horizontally and use motion controls to steer.
See, this is great. My kid,
And if you
he'll just
have the
move
Joy-Con
the controller
2
like
wheel,
this. Like
you can feel
it's
like
just
you're
natural
really
for him. So,
driving.
you know, it makes sense for certain kids. Like, again, kid-friendly features are great.
Whew. How about a quick break? A snack sounds good right about now. Hey, look! It's a drive-thru. Here at Yoshi's, you can grab an order to go. Dash food. Take a bite, and you can unlock outfits inspired by your meal.
So again, to us, don't care about it.
Eat some
But to the
sushi
kids, man, they're gonna love this. They're gonna
Whoa,
absolutely love
nice
this.
threads.
They're gonna be obsessed with the food and
Once
the outfits.
unlocked, these outfits can be selected from the character selection screen.
Like so
Who
many
knows
collectibles,
what dishes
you know,
or
kids are gonna
outfits you'll
love that
find.
stuff.
Make a pit stop and
It is
check out
definitely
these
a step in the
drive-thrus
right
all
direction.
around the world.
It's a step in the right direction, you know, from
was a nice
what
detour.
Mario Kart Tour has been
Now
and
let's
what
get
8
back to
Deluxe
the
has been.
action. Let's introduce some new tricks that'll help you ace each race. Charge jump. You can now use a
So
charge
this is
jump
pretty
by holding the
game-changing.
drift button while driving straight ahead. Charge and release to jump.
So I wonder if you can start a drift. This
Use
is
this-
my question. Can you charge a drift going straight and then continue to drift around the corner, or do you have to use the jump? Because otherwise, we're gonna, like, if you can just drive like drifting all the time, that's gonna be kind of what we did in Mario Kart Tour, where you know, because 8 Deluxe, you only drift around the corners. You have to pick exactly when you start the drift correctly. Like, is this only going to be used on straightaways, or is this going to be used all the time? I mean, I'm sure they've dialed it in a way that makes sense. So hopefully it works really well and it doesn't break the game. That would be stupid, but yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how this works.
Just to leap over obstacles.
So saying, you know, to do these kind of things, but you know, how are people going to hack this skill? Are they going to use it to do many, you know, there's going to be parts of courses where you have to do a jump drift. It's just what you have to do to maximize the
Find
course.
along power lines and dodge attacks from your rivals.
See, that's sick. Man, that's going to be super meta, you know, like red shell's coming, you just do a jump onto the rail, and then you're sorted, right? So tricks to avoid items is going to be very game changing. At the moment, you know, 8 Deluxe, an item coming, you know, you just have to grin and bear it. There's no way you can avoid it. But, you know, if you're ready to do a trick pretty much any time, and all you need to do to avoid a red shell is charge up the jump and then jump, I mean, you don't even need the feather, right? You're sorted.
And if you jump toward a wall, you can wall ride for a short period of time. Chain some tricks together, and you may even reach places like this. So close. Almost there. Whenever this happens, be kind and rewind. This will return your vehicle to its original position. Nice, made it. This can come in handy when mapping out how to best approach a course. Keep in mind, though, your rivals will still move normally when you rewind, so don't lose your lead.
Okay, so this is a really cool feature for people who are training themselves on the game, right? You're trying to get the best line, you're trying to find the best, as it said, right? What's going to be really interesting is is it going to be annoying, or is it going to cause problems in the game, you know? Kids wanting to constantly rewind or something, I don't know, like that. So it's going to be interesting. Like, I mean, at least they really thought through that the rivals will keep going even when you rewind. So it seems to be something that you'll do as your own feature. But is it more for solo play? Can you do it in multiplayer? Like, there's a lot of questions we have about how this feature will be implemented, where it's available and where it's not.
Want to take a spin in even more races? In time trials, it's you against the clock.
So time trials cool. It's cool that it's there.
Here you can race without any other competitors. And if you go online, you can download and compete against ghost data from racers around
cool.
the world.
I mean, you know, they've got to have a great feature like this, right? For all of those meta players.
Customize the rules of the road in Versus Race. You can use the classic rule set of running 3 laps within the same course. Or you can choose to drive the distance from one course to another.
So
you can even take the road less traveled and choose routes that aren't in Grand Prix or Knockout Tour.
So I think this is sick because it just gives so much more playability. They've thought through, okay, we've got courses, but they're sitting in a world physically, but then how can we make the most out of the fact that that's there? And so what they've actually thought of is racing between the courses. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. I mean, it's not a story mode, but it does add a lot more playability to the game, and they're trying to keep people in the game longer and do fun and interesting things. And you know, with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you're in the menu all the time. You know, you finish your 4 races, you re-choose it from the menu, and you do another 4 races. It's a racing game. This is an open world racing game. You can feel the difference straight away.
Up to 24 drivers can now compete in 2, 3, or even 4 teams. Group up and get ready to put the pedal to the metal.
Lots of dynamics, you know. Keep it more interesting, you know.
Next up, battle mode. Pop off locally or online in balloon battle. Use items to burst your rivals' balloons. Pop them all and your rivals out. And coin runners, where you can go for the gold by collecting the most coins. Race or battle, enjoy whatever drives you.
So it's great seeing some variety in the courses. We got free roam.
When you're not racing, you can enjoy free roam and go wherever your heart takes you. No roads? No problem. Ride the rivers. See the seas. Drive the desert.
They're pretty cool, you know, your vehicle
jump
transforms.
Off from way up here.
It's great seeing the vehicle transforming into a boat
even
and
to the
a plane.
Edges of the world. Hey, there's a P-switch over there.
It's awesome to see P-switches. You know, just again, it's very much free play. You know, it's Grand Theft Auto Mario Kart Edition.
The P-switches you find across the world to start missions.
You know? Again, it's more focused on kids. None of it looks that challenging or difficult or that interesting. You know, it's not Breath of the Wild, but it is very interesting, and you know, lots of fun little things you can do.
You can hone your driving ability outside of races.
So that very much feels like Mario Kart. You know, I'm not excited about the funny little challenges really, unless they are actually helping you to develop your skills. Because in in Mario Kart Tour, when you have to do those all the time, it's just kind of a bit of a pain. I guess once you've clocked them, it's not going to be resetting all the time like Mario Kart Tour. So that will be fine.
There are also hidden coins.
So we've got hidden things, which is great. You know, that again, kids are going to love that.
Hidden panels and more. So take the scenic route and explore.
You know, I noticed that you're collecting coins. So before you could only collect coins in races, and it's like you've unlocked a vehicle or whatever, right? But now you can collect coins in open world. So it's like, do you have to collect every single coin? What do you get with your coins? Like if I love that. You know, games where you don't have to, but you can go and purposefully try to collect as many things as possible, then you can get a real benefit from that or enjoy, unlocking more stuff if that's what you're passionate about rather than racing. So, it just gives more options to the player. I think that's great.
Also, during free roam, you can take photos whenever you like.
Sorry, guys.
Strike a
That wasn't
pose.
supposed to happen.
Look at the camera.
Go back here.
Choose a frame to decorate, and nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip that.
If one person has Mario
we've got
Kart World, up to
multiplayer,
4
that's
players
cool.
can race in split.
I mean, this is the same as what we had. It's great, you know.
The game also supports.
We've got wireless play, you know, if you've got multiple switches. I'll skip that. I don't really care about that. That's fine. What else we got?
And up to 24 players from around the world can join a.
Yeah, so we covered that already. You play with friends online. So some more social features. I don't care for the social features. You know, you've got this waiting lobby, which is kind of cool, which is just driving around. You can go meet people on the map. I think that's really cool. You know, people are going to love that. You know, you can drive around together or drive to a race. That's awesome.
Your speed.
What else? Okay, the camera stuff, you know, I don't really care, and obviously it will be used and abused. It's very, very low quality, so there's no way I would buy that feature, and most people aren't going to buy that feature, right? There's some battles.
A single camera can detect.
Yeah, we don't care about that stuff, so let's just skip over that. So that's it, guys. I think that's pretty much everything. Let's watch the recap, the final thing. I mean, you know, it's not necessarily the game that we wanted, right? But it has some really cool features to kind of move things into the future, which is great. Hang on, I'm just going to cover the camera here.
A transcontinental
Getting
race
all-
around the world is just
Getting all
corner.
up in the grill. Yeah, so guys, it's not the game we wanted, but you know, it's coming. It's cool. It's the next generation of Mario Kart, and you know, there is a lot in there to play. It's it's no story mode, but it's as close as we've got to there. I've kind of done a happy medium between what we had in Tour, what we have in Tour, and what we had and have in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So you know, I feel like they've done a pretty good job. Obviously, their key market is new players. It continually is new players, especially because they're trying to sell a console. Maybe people like me, you know, who haven't bought a console in a while, families who have never bought a Nintendo Switch or haven't bought a console yet for their kids. They really want them to be on board with this particular console. So that's it, guys. It's exciting. I will be getting one eventually. I will be, you know, reacting to the console and getting excited. Apart from this game, though, I'll probably be playing, you know, some more kind of RPG games and things like that. That's what I'll be interested in. So guys, that's it from this. Oops, sorry. I'm all over the place. That's it from this video. Thank you for sticking out. We've been 40 minutes long, so thank you for watching it all. And yeah, straight from the heart kind of stuff. Mario Kart World, exciting, but I hope you enjoyed getting an update, and I just wanted to say thank you for a couple of years of awesome times making content. This is not goodbye. This is we'll see you soon, that cliche. And of course, I'll see you on Discord. So click the link in the description for that. Leave a comment below with any thoughts you have following this video, and I hope you take care. Have a great Mario Kart Tour week ahead, but also enjoy your time ahead, and I'll see you over on Discord. Bye bye.